Hey guys, happy Monday. How are you guys? Welcome in. This is my review reaction video to the Jets versus Raiders game. Obviously now the Jets have fallen to 0-12. The tank lives on. And I'm going to call this game the perfect loss, right? This was a fun game. It was a roller coaster of emotions. It was exciting. Sometimes it was even scary during the game. But, we watch football because it's a game, right? At the end of the day, it's a game. And we want to have fun. We want to be entertained. We do it because we love watching it. We enjoy these guys, right? So, and that's really what it was. It was a great game. It was, the Jets played really competitive. And it was a great game. It was fun to watch. And that's what I'm going to call this game, the perfect loss. It was competitive. We were in the game. It came down to the final seconds of the game. It was a nail-biter. I was on the edge of my seat. I may or may not have been a Raiders fan for a couple minutes. Not going to say. But let's get into the game a little bit, right? So the Jets get the ball during the opening drive, and they're making plays, deep balls to Perryman on 3rd and 8. And during this drive, Frank Gore unfortunately did get hurt, and he did not come back in the game. And, hopefully it's nothing too serious. I don't have an update on Frank Gore's condition. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. And obviously it's not a good thing that Frank Gore got hurt. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is it's nice to see some of the younger guys getting the reps, right? Frank Gore is most likely not going to be here next year. So Ty Johnson and Josh Adams did step up. They filled the role that Frank Gore was in. And it was nice to see some younger guys, some young blood, some of the young guys getting playing time that we wouldn't normally see during a big game. That's kind of the good thing about a tank is we're just trying to evaluate the young guys. And I'm seeing a lot from these young guys so far, right? You cannot be upset about that. So Ty Johnson did get most of the reps during the game. But, still during this opening drive, Denzel Mims, he catches a pass. He almost gets his first touchdown pass of his career. But, he lands short about the 2 or the 3 yard line. Jamison Crowder does end up getting the touchdown pass. And this is Sam Darnold's first touchdown since week 3. So it's nice to see Sam out there getting some touchdown passes, right? This was obviously a scripted drive. This reminds me a lot of the 2019 season where they always, seem to score the first touchdown. And it's, if it's working, it's working, right? So then the Raiders get the ball. They're making plays, passes to Walker. And then Arthur Millette gets an interception, but the Jets were unable to capitalize on that. So the Raiders get the ball back and, more big plays to Henry, Ruggs, and Walker. And this does result in a touchdown by Walker. So early in the second quarter, the Jets were driving. Another Crowder touchdown. This is 2 touchdown passes for Sam today. And I'm not upset about it, Sam looked better. Right now we're trying to increase his trade value. But then, so Crowder gets the touchdown, and then Sergio Castillo misses the extra point. If it's not one thing, it's another, man. It's the Jets' luck. It's the Jets' curse. So the Jets are now up 13-7 with, 7 minutes left in the first half. Sam Darnold does fumble. This was his big first, mistake of the game. So the Raiders walked away with that with a field goal. 13-10 is the score now. 3:06 left in the first half. Sam Darnold throws he's intending to throw to Perryman, throws another interception. And, well, this was his first interception of the game, actually. And then, the Raiders did capitalize on that with another touchdown to Walker. And, as time expires in the first half, there's 2 big sacks from, Arthur Millette and Gregg Williams, excuse me. I kind of blanked out for a second there. And, so that kind of wraps up the first half. In the third quarter, Derek Carr does run it in for a touchdown, putting the score up 24-13. So then what do? Sam ends up going 3 and out, and he gets sacked. And that kind of wraps up the third quarter. We didn't really have anything going for us in the third quarter. So into the fourth quarter, Sam Darnold turns around. He runs it in for a hard contact touchdown. You heard the hit. It was pretty explosive. And, then they go for 2. So then Sam throws another, what would have been interception. But it gets called back for pass interference. So then finally, they go for it again. Sam Darnold connects with Denzel Mims. Denzel Mims gets a 2-point conversion, and the Jets at this point trail 21-24. It's a really close game at this point in the fourth quarter. Things are starting to get exciting, maybe a little bit scary. So, Las Vegas gets the ball back, and Ruggs fumbles. And that results in a Ty Johnson touchdown, putting the Jets up late in the fourth quarter, 28-24. And everyone's like, oh boy, you know, it's late in the fourth quarter. The Jets have the lead. And, you know, at this point, Twitter starts exploding, right? There goes Trevor Lawrence, poof, and it's gone. The Jets can't even tank right. So Las Vegas ends up getting stopped on 3rd and 10. But there was a holding call on the Jets, keeping 0-12 alive. So on 3rd and 8, Derek Carr does overthrow a receiver in man coverage. So then they go for it on 4th and 8. They miss again. May gets a holding call. So now it's 4th and 3. Derek Carr throws a touchdown, but it is, you know, it's double penalties. So they offset each other. They cancel out. So, you know, they replay 4th down, right? Then Derek Carr throws an incomplete touchdown. So at this point, the Jets think that they got the win. They're celebrating. Twitter is just, you know, pissed off at this point. I'm pretty upset. I think, you know, we finally got the win. And it was just such, like, mixed emotions at this point, right? So then the Jets get the ball back, and they don't get the first down. And, you know, they're not able to capitalize, not able to do anything with this, which is good. So the Raiders get the ball back with less than a minute to go. On 3rd and 10, Gregg Williams calls a blitz. And, you know, so now Lamar Jackson is one-on-one in man coverage. And Derek Carr throws it up to rookie Henry Ruggs. And they score the touchdown to win the game, to secure the game. The Jets lose 31-28. And you can just tell that Adam Gase and everybody, they just look so ticked off. And, man, it was a close one. You know, when they actually scored that, when Henry Ruggs scored that touchdown, I was like, yes. You know, I was so excited, actually. And it stinks that it's not, like, with us. But I haven't felt that way during a Jets game in so long. And it kind of felt good to actually care about, you know, the Jets game and not being, you know, ticked off by the 3rd quarter and, like, just wanting to shut it off. It's been so long since you were able to watch the Jets, like, the whole game and be excited, you know, throughout the whole game. What's going to happen next? It was different. It was so exciting. So let's get into the stats a little bit, right? Sam Darnold was 14 for 23. He had 186 yards, still didn't break 200 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he actually had 26 rushing yards. Ty Johnson had 22 carries, 104 yards, and actually this is the first 100-yard rushing game for a Jets running back since 2018, right? He also had 1 touchdown. Josh Adams had 8 carries for 74 yards. Jamison Crowder had 5 receptions for 47 yards and 2 touchdowns. Denzel Mims had 2 receptions for 40 yards. That's about his average, right? So, you know, I'm at the point now where I want to give out some grades, right? I want to grade the offense, the defense, and special teams. So starting with offense, right? They're getting a B-. I think they played pretty well, and they did their job. You know, they didn't get the job done, but they did enough where it was competitive, right? That's what I want to see. I don't want to see them getting blown out. I wish that we can play this every week and just lose. 4 more games is all we have to get through, right? 4 more games. So defense, they're getting a C. You know, they didn't play as well, but, you know, it was still there. You know, they did play a little bit better. They have been playing pretty well throughout the season, especially, like, you know, later in the season. And then special teams, they're getting a D because they have just really fallen off a cliff. I don't want to see Costello anymore. I really want Ficken back. I don't know, you know, I know they're injured and there's injuries and everything else. But one more thing before I go, right? And this is the big news that broke today. It was all over Twitter. Gregg Williams, for that last call that cost the Jets the game, he was unfortunately fired by Adam Gase. Adam Gase of all people. So Gregg Williams is being replaced by Frank Bush. He is the inside linebackers coach, and he is now the interim defensive coordinator. But I'm not happy about this, right? How is it that Adam Gase, who has been god-awful with his play calling, he gave up his play calling. He admitted that he failed Sam Darnold. How is he able to fire Gregg Williams, who has been miles better than him with play calling? You know, they don't have a lot of talent on defense, and Gregg Williams was getting a lot out of these young rookie, second, third-year players, right? He was taking nobodies and making them competitive NFL players. And Adam Gase, who hasn't done nothing this season, has the authority, which is even scary, that a coach who is 0-12, he's going to be getting fired, has the authority to fire another coach. That scares me. You know, a lot of people have been saying that Adam Gase has too much power. And a lot of people are saying maybe he doesn't have that now that he's 0-12. This solidifies that Adam Gase has a lot of power within that team. And this franchise is just such a joke, you know. I imagine that Gregg Williams was pissed during this, as he should be. And I know he's not going to, but I really want Gregg Williams just to go out there and just rip the Jets. I want him to expose Adam Gase, expose ownership for just what an incompetent team this franchise is. It's so embarrassing. And that really, kind of like ruined my day. I'm not saying that Gregg Williams was great, because he wasn't, and he probably wasn't going to be here along with Adam Gase next year. But they shouldn't have fired him for that. You know, he sacrificed his job for the tank. Who knows, maybe Joe Douglas called out and said, whoa, we need to blow this thing, because a win does nothing for us. Nothing for us. But I'm not even as angry that he got fired. I'm more angry that Adam Gase was the one to do it, because you know that Adam Gase has been wanting to do this. They have been arguing on the sidelines. You know, Gregg Williams took some shots at Adam Gase earlier in the season, and you could just tell that these guys weren't on the same page. They weren't seeing eye to eye. And I guarantee you it brought Adam Gase so much joy to fire Gregg Williams. And it's upsetting. Adam Gase, for some reason, always gets the last laugh. We saw it with Le'Veon Bell. We're seeing it now with Gregg Williams. And this man needs to be stopped because he is a monster, right? But anyway, I'm going to elaborate more. You know, maybe more will be coming out about this. I'm going to be elaborating more during the Everything NYJ podcast coming Wednesday. So if you have any questions for that, just obviously tweet them to me. I'll try to use them during the podcast. You know, I appreciate the support. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. And yeah, I'll see you guys Wednesday for the Everything NYJ podcast. Have a good night. Thank you guys for watching again.